Pedri. And that's another throw. Pepe gets across to intercept that. Defending was strong and firm. He's gone direct here. He's found a way through. Now it's Oyarzabal. Oyarzabal!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Good ball, good take. And here's Rafael Leao. He's going for goal. Now, who's going to be first to this?
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Oh, strongly challenged there. And it's made its way to him. And he's straight offside. João Neves. It's Bernardo Silva. Thinks one through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And it's Neves. Ruben Neves. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Pedri. Oh, good ball. Face to... And the shot! He scores! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Spain are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produce something...
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Portugal perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. There's the whistle. So Javier Zanetti, Jim, very little doubt, I suppose, that he will have a huge influence on the outcome today.
Absolutely, Peter. One of his teammates.
Van Nistelrooy! He steps in, and that's the end of that. Nicely weighted ball. Pele! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Adams gets it away. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. That's a lovely, neat pass. Mateus wins the duel this time. It's a searching pass. And this is Bale. He's picked his... It's Bale! Goal! Portugal! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Quarter of an hour played. Shot could be on. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. That's a half-decent try. Van Nistelrooy. And that is expertly dealt with. Oh, that's fabulous. And the finish! Danger averted for now. And this is Messi! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Well read, nice interception. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Van Nistelrooy in the hunt and looking threatening. And it's Valverde. Lobbed in behind. Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Bale. Manchester United trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game because you try and absorb in numbers defensively and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Raul. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Messi has been caught there, it's a foul. Casemiro gets his final warning.
I don't think you need to be an expert lip reader to know what's being said here.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Casemiro. Xavi Alonso. Raul. And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Portugal have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. And the action is back underway. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Caught offside that time. Zanetti. Bastoni. Rijkaard. Now it's Pelé. Raul. Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. Tonali can see things others simply cannot. And it's Messi. Pelé. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
It's Raul! They've scored! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Substitution.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Portugal still have the cards to affect this game. Mateus. Valverde. And there's green grass ahead of him. He is through here. Chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Portugal really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 9, Van Nistelrooy. Number 10, Pelé. Number 15,
Portugal are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Valverde.
Number 20, Filippo
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
22, Soboslai. Number 17,
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
18, Neymar.
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it. It's bounced back off the post. Neymar! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, he's looked very lively. He really wants to put this game to bed.
Oh, smashing header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst decision in the world to go for the shot, even if he was being closely marshalled.
Portugal have time on their side now, as well as a two-goal lead. It is just about done. He's having a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Konate, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Added minute has been
Saliba
indicated.
for Valverde. Tries to pass it through. Time added on, 4 minutes. That's an imaginative pass. And there goes the final whistle. Portugal are chirpy, cheerful and contented. It was a comprehensive display throughout, and their tactician-in-chief can draw great... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad, Jules Koundé, a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes, and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that.
Bale! Now that is commitment to the cause.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Portugal given another corner. Portugal have their second corner now. Marmouche! It's hit the upright. Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Portugal would very much seem to be growing their confidence here. You can feel it.
Moved on forwards. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Forlan. There's the delivery.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
And here's Totti. Totti. And the shot! Francesco Totti is a genius! A finish of true class! Arsenal take the lead! That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing. So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react. Portugal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Nakamura plays it short, opts to play it, shapes to shoot! And now a sudden chance to counter. And this is Marmouche. Searching pass he's played there. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, super ball. Chance, surely! Schlotterbeck did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he welcomes it in. There a shot at goal! And it's in! Portugal are level! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And this is Bale, and he's onside. Takes a shot! Oh, it rattles the bar. Nakamura can so cleverly bypass the press. He's found a way through. Can he finish? He can get that clear. Threads one in. In towards the back. Big header! It's there! Broad smiles all round. It is indeed a fine, fine header.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Great chance! He's scored! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down.
And the half-time whistle goes. Portugal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. And we're already back up and running after half-time. And he's there to clear it. And he's only too happy to take that back. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Out towards the flank. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Arsenal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Casemiro was in no mood for any of that. Rummenigge. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Casemiro defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Arsenal needed that, they really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And that has been cut short.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Oh, well played, well played. Nakamura, not the most accurate pass. Xavi Alonso is always scanning the pitch for targets. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And here's Raul. Great skill, it's Raul! And somehow he managed to miss it.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 23.
Corner number 3 coming up.
Number 20, Bale. Number 7, Raul.
Owen! He will be livid with himself.
Number 18, Owen. Number 4, Elijah Youth. Number 9, number
Olise.
Conte. Substitution in progress.
Picked out brilliantly.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And this is Owen. Over to the left.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Rijkaard. And here's a player who has defined a generation.
There will be 1 minute.
And he's intervened well there. And that's it. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Your final thoughts, Jim? So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And that gets things running. Well, there's little new to say about this man. Majestic, regal, known as Le Roi by his countrymen. He is... Marmouche! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Big header! They've scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Lovely, now then. Oh, he's bustling through here. Danger averted for now. Shot could be on. And a chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Eto'o clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Messi goes short. Good ball. Platini! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Goal! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Barcelona grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Platini, and the shot! Oh, fantastic from Platini! About as smooth as it gets. And the comeback is complete. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona take the lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Barcelona have it back and can go again. Threads one in. No, that's been intercepted. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. A heavy challenge. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Played back in. Tries to pass it through. Decent chance! He's got a goal! Again, we are level. What a contest!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
So all square, and not for the first time.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
He won't be happy with that one. And here's Platini. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well,
And we've reached half-time. Portugal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides. Terrific half, 4 goals split evenly, beautifully set up for the second period to follow. And we are back on the way. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Valverde. Marmoush. And he's got the... And Marmoush! Goal! Portugal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Portugal get themselves into the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Saliba. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Platini, not the most accurate pass. Oh, that's a key interception. Looking for options for movement. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Portugal presented with a golden opportunity here. Dida looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Portugal take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about. This is the time you need that pace.
Van Dijk. Aimed beyond the defence. Messi. Portugal can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Bale! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Bale is offering a wry smile there.
Now it's Messi.
That was lovely, that.
He's picked his way through, and he shoots! They've scored! That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Barcelona get themselves back into contention.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
And here's Valverde. Rijkaard simply refused to be outdone there. And here's Raul. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it.
Portugal nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Oh, it's hit the post. Really well taken goal. We thought it was over. It's all square once more. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he...
Real chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And he's there to get it away. Costa Curta.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly. That was well played, well stopped.
And that's it. Magic. What a magical football match, and genuine respect all round. Marmoush picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Mohamed.
Real chance! They've scored!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
So smooth. A signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
So, a breakthrough already.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And here's Totti. Good running, strong and purposeful. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Decent chance! It's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Portugal are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Oh, this is a great position. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Costa Curta.
Costa Curta really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And the shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And he is just ripping it up! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Okay. Great chance! Really well taken goal. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Liverpool give them...
Roll! He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
Mohamed Salah. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Bale. He's through here. Now it's Valverde. Marmoush. Mohamed Salah. Now that's well seen too. Neymar. That's a delicate pass.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Diaz. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Stoichkov. Now, can they get him away?
That's just...
There's the whistle for half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on, where they left off after the break. They should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. And Gabriel, Howson, and it's Rijkaard. Now it's Pelé. Casemiro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Missed by a fraction. Mohamed Salah. Aimed beyond the defence. Now that is a hefty challenge. Bale showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Diaz, he's got away. Showing good feet, and he's cut it out. Raul absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Diaz. Pelé. And it's Totti. Looking for the run. And he's away. Real chance. Shot at goal! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Pelé deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Substitution for Portugal, number 7.
And we have our very first corner.
Number 20, Bale. Number 23, Omar Mamouche. Coming on the field, number 11.
They've played it short.
Number 4.
And he'll shoot here! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Owen. Substitution.
Portugal do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Neymar is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Fiore. Pedri. Into the last quarter of an hour. And here's Mbappe. And he skips past his man. Howson defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Valverde. Now it's Owen, and he's managed to get free. He is just caressing the ball. Pedri. Howson goes sliding in. Oh, it's come loose. Now it's Mbappe. Neymar. He's having a go. It is a fantastic goal. Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. With so little time left, grandstand finish. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
Liverpool give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish. It's Pele! Goal! We thought it was over. It's all square once more. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. And that will be it. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway. Chelsea have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression...
Oh, can he finish? Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Denied by an instinctive save.
Marmoush is offering a wry smile there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
That'll be a throw. In with the challenge. Some Good work on the right flank here. Aimed beyond the defence. Tries to dink it through. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, Peter, I think the smartest of reactions, and he just attacked the danger.
Couldn't squeeze it through. Lampard strokes it back. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Pinches it off him. Well, if there's one player that stands out in this lineup, it has to be Frank Lampard, a leader, a conductor, and on so many occasions a match winner, Jim.
Yeah, he'll have a critical role to play here, Peter. He's so important. I think he's going to occupy a central position, starting as either a deep-line playmaker or central midfielder. But with such a good engine, you combine that with the creativity and the eye for goal, and I'm sure just about everything this team does will go through him.
That's a delicate pass. Shapes to shoot!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And he's been shifted off it. And it's Denzel Dumfries. Now, can they get it back? Oh no, this does not look good. Big header! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Neymar is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Passing is crisp and sharp. Alonso gets a good foot in there. Drogba.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, what a ball! Adams. Now this could be a chance. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Both sides defensively. Neymar! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Portugal have their second corner now. Lampard with the clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Dembele, and he's managed to get free. Adams. Xavi Alonso is the team's great visionary. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. And it's Dembele. Lampard. He's picked his way through. Valverde. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Portugal finding their passes. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Oh, that's superb. Rijkaard. Saliba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Drogba, and now the breakaway, and this is Dembele. Big chance! And he hits the net! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Chelsea have taken the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. He can run onto that. Shot a goal! Oh, the ball's run loose here. An instinctive delivery. It's a mighty effort! It's there! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort, simply fantastic.
Chelsea, and he shoots! That is special! Gareth Bale! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes. Portugal really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Picked out brilliantly. Great chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And the shot! And he thumps it clear. And the referee brings it to a close. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, the surprise for me was seeing a team look so feeble in what is usually a strongly protected area.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, run...
Roll!
Raul really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Well, down the years, of course, Argentina have produced some of the greatest striking talent ever, and Gabriel Batistuta embodies that.
Yeah, he does. And in terms of out-and-out goal-scoring centre-forwards, I can't recall much better.
So you fancy him to score today?
I would think there's an extremely good chance.
And that has been cut short. Now it's Batistuta. Now then, the ball's come loose. Roberto Carlos got a long way forward to join the attack. And he's had it nicked away. Xavi Alonso is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. He's picked his way through. Has a look and place it forward. It's Raul! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Portugal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
He's beaten the last man. Batistuta! Batistuta has been caught there. It's a foul. He'll fancy himself from here. And so we have the first set piece of the game. Neymar! Oh, off the bar! That's really well cleared. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Neymar. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Bale. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Howson. Oh no, what has happened here? Rummenigge. Rummenigge. Goes for a shot! It's there! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Wan-Bissaka. Well timed, excellent interception. Marmoush. Xavi Alonso. And here's Batistuta. And Batistuta! Magnificent! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they're at it again in double quick time.
2 added minutes.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal. Roll! And again the keeper stands strong. And we've reached half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here, but there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Xavi Alonso. Rijkaard does well to get it back. Now that's well seen too. And here's Marmoush. And this is Raul. It's Raul! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Beckenbauer getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And it's Neymar. Oh, good read. Oh, nicely intercepted. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction.
Keeper's not concerned by that.
Carlos has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Valverde. Neymar. Marmoush. Closing in on goal. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Neymar!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Great chance here from position A1. This then an ideal chance to cut the deficit. Bale! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. It's their second corner of the game. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Neymar. And it's Xavi Alonso. And this is Marmoush. Rijkaard. Oh, that's well spotted. Valverde. That's an imaginative pass. Howson makes the interception. And it's Neymar. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, perfectly measured that. And this is Neymar. That's good defending, very good defending. Portugal can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
Can he get on the end of this? Neymar gets into a good position. It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh, that's ambitious. The whistle has gone and it is all over. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Your final thoughts, Jim? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yep, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Marmouche! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Neymar. It's Neymar! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Neymar is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. That's a decent clearance. And it's Casemiro. And this is Marmouche. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that's definitely not his best. Rijkaard. Hernes. He's shifting through the gears here. Goes down, but nothing given. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. No, he refuses to take the bait. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Portugal have themselves a chance from the spot. The major moment in the game. One 0, never any doubt. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Portugal have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Oh, good-looking ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And that's going to be a booking. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried. And it's Zanetti. De la Cruz is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Oh, it's come loose.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Bullish header! And yes, it's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
He has found the way through. Takes a shot! In for the pieces! Marvellous goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Added time.
And he's taking no chances there. Couldn't squeeze it through. Van Bouten promptly onto that, and that is that. No, that's been intercepted. And there's the end of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Portugal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even...
Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Oh, that's well spotted. Hurnis hurtling down that right flank. Casemiro did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Tries to pass it through. Hurnis. Portugal really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Just about up to the hour now. Now it's Rooney. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go.
Portugal really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And here's Raul.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Now it's Raul. Now who's going to be first to this? Batistuta. And this is Rooney. He's picked his way through. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Roll! It's bounced back off the post.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Rooney. Decent progress down the left. Oh, that's fabulous. Rooney going face-to-face with his great rival. That is good strength. In by Rooney. Keeper's dealt with that. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Threads one in. And that is as far as it goes. Portugal did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Portugal.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So it's down to business here. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Not much subtlety about that challenge. And here's Marmoush.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Off the post! And he's quick to get it clear again. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
Well, this is his opportunity to make the stage his own here.
It's hit the crossbar. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. A heavy challenge. And this is Marmoush. Caught offside that time. And he's had it nicked away. Pelé, chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Solar. They're urging him to shoot. Solar! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Olise. Portugal are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Pelé was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well timed, excellent interception.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Olise, he's picked his way through. Big chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Olise actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Santos with the corner, there first. Chiellini gets it away, shoots! Oh, that is very close.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Raul takes control of it and he's on the move. Oh, he's Raul. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Neymar! And one more try. Goal! Portugal! And Portugal score first. Bale at his razor-sharp best there.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Portugal have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Casemiro. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. We are into overtime. Picked out brilliantly. Belletti. And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Portugal, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And we are back underway.
Portugal really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Neymar. Raul. And it's Valverde. And it's Neymar. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken.
Well, they're struggling to cope with a pacey dribble because they've not been at it as a team. I think the collective pressure needs to be better all around.
So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Xavi Alonso is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Solar. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
And no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Raul. Valverde. Over to the left. Zola. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Now the ball's gone astray. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Pelé. Brilliantly cut out.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Well read, nice interception. Pelé. Zola. And the shot! And the lead stays intact, just.
Oh, what a moment for him, Peter. He'll be losing sleep over that one tonight.
Chiellini gets across to intercept that. That's a little off target. Now it's Pelé. He shifted it to the flank. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover.
Santos really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
He is through here.
Portugal can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Portugal clearly now in lead preservation mode.
1 minute at a time.
Tries to play it through. Great ball, and he's in here. And that will be it. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Bale claiming the Man of the Match award.
Inshallah. Shoo.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And already we're underway here. Now it's Raul. Looking for options for movement. Raul. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I'm a huge fan of Bukayo Saka. Someone always praised for his versatility, his attitude and his cleverness around the pitch. He has the potential to excel in all positions across that front line. But I'd personally like to see him as part of a front three. I think he operates best in that area.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Now it's Bale. Beckham. And reclaimed it in a trice. Oh, easy pickings there.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Oh, super ball.
He'll be disappointed with that.
And the ball is out of play. Marmoush.
Portugal are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Turns back here, probably the best option. Can he get on the end of this? Cross goes in there. And it's hoisted clear. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Cleared away. Portugal are looking to go forward now. Played into space. Oh, shooting chance! Could be danger here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Valverde. And he skips past his man. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's fabulous. Valverde, big header! Oh, crossbar! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Bale must have been hit by a flash of doubt then. He complicated what looked like an easy opportunity.
Xavi Alonso. Nice looking ball. Chips it through. Bale gets into some space. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. And the whistle goes for half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings.
And now,
Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time. And the second half gets underway.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Raul! That is gorgeous from Raul!
Oh, that was magnificent. What a way to stamp your ability on a game. Not necessarily pivotal, but it has most definitely shifted momentum.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Xavi Alonso is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. And it's Valverde. Now, can they get him away? Pass somewhat off target. Almost an hour gone. Portugal looking to pass their way through. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the...
It's Drogba! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Drogba really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. Big chance! Oh, he has leathered that.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit.
Casemiro. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. And the score is 1-0. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He's through now, is he? Roll! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Goal kick, as confirmed by the referee. And he's in on goal. And he's there to belt it away. Nicked it back promptly. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, played right into his path. Not much subtlety about that challenge.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Shapes to shoot! He's got a goal! Barcelona are back in business. How very smart. He just got it right.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Barcelona really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
And he's quick to get it clear again. Neymar. No, he's not getting any further than that. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Bale.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Threads one in. Now it's Raul. And this is Marmoush. And that's that. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Raul claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result in my opinion.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Against Portugal.
And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Well, we're on the way. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, we all know that Harry Maguire has come under a lot of scrutiny over the years, Peter. But I think he's passed most tests with flying colours. It'll be interesting to see how the opposition might test him using peg.
Matthews Cunha! Yoro cuts it out. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Raul. Driving on and making good progress. And he's lost his man here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Can he latch on to this? And he has been fouled there. Neymar, and he's intervened well there. Diogo Dalot, looking tidy in possession here. Matthews Cunha. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Roll! Goal! Portugal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And the finish! It's a goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Portugal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
There's the... Up he goes! It's in! to within one. Interesting. It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Diogo Dalot. Portugal heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Šeško. And it's been given away. Chance! Oh, taken with style. Manchester United are back on level terms. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrived.
Tries a shot! Superb goal! So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Added time.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
He's got a goal! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
There's the whistle for half-time. Portugal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement. The second half then, just getting going. That's a sharp pass. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Now, that's a foul, a simple decision for the referee. Šeško, played out towards the right wing, played into space out wide. Diallo has given away a free kick. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Matheus Cunha. Neymar. Marmoush. Now it's Valverde. Ahmad. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Ahmad. Ahmad's cross. Neymar. Valverde, who does have an assist to his name. Yoro. And Maguire. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Goes for a shot! Goal! Portugal! And they get themselves in front! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. Real chance!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
And that's put paid to a promising move. He's picked his way through. It's a goal kick. De Ligt. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Couldn't squeeze it through. Just about up to 75 minutes. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
He's found a way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Plays it through. Oh, he's found support out wide. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. The final 5 minutes. He's shifting through the gears here. Plays it across. This could be their final throw of the dice. All hands on deck for this one. Bruno Fernandes plays it short. Matheus Cunha's cross. Araujo clears it away.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And this is Raul. Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening And the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection. In with the challenge. And here's Batistuta. Looking to play him in. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. Searching pass he's played there. Floated through. Valverde goes sliding in. Raul. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now it's Olise, and it's made its way to him. Law showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Marmouche. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And it's Batistuta. Aimed beyond the defence. And he's away. It's Asa! Goal! Ajax! And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition. Portugal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
It's a promising position. Portugal have reclaimed it, and he's lost his man here. Howson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's found a way through. Olise! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Olise really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Cleared without hesitation. Portugal have the chance to go the other way. And this is Neymar. Knocks it into space. Neymar picks it up out wide. He's picked his way through. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Batistuta. Batistuta. To Hazard. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Now it's Bale. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substitution.
Here we go again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Now, who's going to be first to this? Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Neymar. He's having a go. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Neymar clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Casemiro works it forward. Wasn't easy on the eye, but it's done its job. Neymar has given away a free kick. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
And it's Neymar. Passing is crisp and sharp. Xavi Alonso is the team's great visionary. Just eases him off the ball. Neymar. And he's managed to get free. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He has found the way through. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. And that's going to be a booking. Olise taking charge of the dead ball. An opportunity then to pull clear here. This their second corner of the game. Oh, what a climb! Goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Ajax are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Neymar. And it's Valverde. Clipped into space. Look at the space here. Roll! And somehow he managed to miss it.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Casemiro picks it up from the goal kick. Looking for options for movement. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
No, he wasn't going to be fooled.
There will be 3 minutes.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Marmouche. And that's that. Portugal perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players. But